Well, here at Manchester High School, where tonight LC Bird was extremely impressive. 35-0, a dominating second half performance.
Absolutely, and we talked a little bit about the freshman quarterback at Manchester. The fact remained he was on the field for 16 minutes. Bird had the ball for 32 minutes, and I think about 5 of that 16 minutes was a running clock, where it was a 5-score differential. So great debut, I think, for Brendan Clark from a personal standpoint, but his team, especially on defense, was a little bit outmanned, even though they really played a great the first 18 minutes of the game. I thought Manchester played really well on both sides of the football. It looked like they could sneak a score in there and get up on Bird early, but Bird held firm, and then they turned it all around with a nice 7-yard drive at the end of the second quarter that was highlighted or spurred on by them going to the spread offense, and J.B. Wright had a nice 30-yard plus run on the zone play, and then from then on, Jalen Elliott showed his run pass ability, short passing game, took them right down the field, 7-0 lead, and they were Manchester never really had an answer after that.
I formation, power I, now the spread. Bird, that's offense. We know about the defense. This team really is a total package.
It really is, and I think it's been developed through first of all the personnel that come in believing in the program, but this has been developed over time as they adjusted for big games. You know, it's just you can talk about the regular season all you want to, and you can talk about strategy all you want to, but that team and that coaching staff has grown because of their experience at the next level as far as playoffs concerned. They always seem to find an answer one way or the other.
This freshman quarterback, Brendan Clark from Manchester, and this young Lancers team, loads of potential.
Yeah, and we started talking. I mean, we got a 3-time state champion. My first words out of my mouth is talking about the freshman quarterback. But that's part of what we try to do. We try to highlight the interesting stories as far as careers are developing. This kid's done a lot of work during the off season, and he is going to be somebody to reckon with. And it is one of the things we talked about in the post game. If you said, okay, Bird wins 35-0, somebody would say, oh, they sacked that quarterback 7 or 8 times. He only got hit twice.
Right.
And that was after a long throw. So kudos to Manchester, who after the first couple of series really figured out how to protect their passer. And Bird wanted Manchester to drive the long field, so they didn't do a lot of blitzing. They kept Moore and Ashby, pretty much in that middle, just to kind of keep things under control, not give up any big plays. And if Bird can manage to do that, they're very tough to because eventually you got to turn the ball over to them, and they're going to run the clock down.
Also, quite a story developing in Hanover County. Atlee lost a tough one tonight to Douglas Freeman, but we know the Raiders are good. Hanover, 3-0 without Clayton Cheatham. Bazala stepping in at quarterback, getting the job done. Big win at Hopewell. But also Patrick Henry and Lee Davis, both 3-0.
Yep, and Patrick Henry is playing some of that West End schedule that Atlee has done to a certain extent. Lee Davis, and I saw Lee Davis early against that good Douglas Freeman team, and I thought it was almost a physical mismatch. And I was in the scrimmage, and it was a relatively short scrimmage, but I really like Lee Davis's size. I like their quarterback. They've got a good control, ball control receiver that can take you deep a little bit, stretch the defense. If they can cover, if their defensive backs can catch up with the rest of their team, they could be a big threat down the road. But yeah, that's going to be some old school stew bowl, tomato bowl type matchups that are going to actually mean something.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We're getting to the end of September. The rankings are starting to take shape. We know who's good, who's not so good, and it's going to be an exciting October and November in high school football, and we've got it covered for you all season long. He's Gary Criswell. I'm Gary.